Hello YouTube, here I am again. I did tell you in my last video I was going to do double recording just because it's so close to midnight, and I thought, you know what, I know I'm not going to have anything else to share with you guys for Finish Object Fridays, so I thought let's just record it now, and it is done. I probably won't post it till later in the day just because, I don't know, I just posted something. I thought I'm not going to do it back to back. So I have two finished objects for you. One you guys very well know about, and can't believe I finally got it done. And that is the red wrap I'm making. I'm just going to show you part of the pattern. Make sure I'm showing to you the right side. Because yes, there is a right side and a wrong side in my opinion. So here you guys go. It was a very fun stitch. Now, I've determined it is too big for a wrap because it is 12.5 inches wide, which is not bad of a size to wrap around your shoulders. But I want to use all that red yarn I possibly could, and this is what I ended up with. It finally shrunk because when you guys saw this Wednesday, it was still a good size ball, and I thought, is it ever going to end? I'm not holding on to this. It's getting filed under garbage. It's gone. I'm done with it. Yeah, I could easily use it for a centerpiece for like a flower motif or two. I'm not going to bother. It's done. I'm done with it. But the length to get me to, like I said, this size is 110 inches. 110 inches is a very long wrap. So, like I was telling you guys about the other day on Wednesday, use it as a household decoration. And I was thinking, you know, if you got a very old, wide, like width-wise fireplace, find the center in the fireplace, put it on there, and drape it across and then down. The only problem is, if you have fires, you obviously don't want this draped down because if the wind takes it, it kind of blows in towards the fire pit because it's very light and, you know, breezy. And there's wool in this, so it would go up real quick. Or if you have young children in the home at some point or another, like your kids, grandkids, you know, neighbors, whomever, and if you got like Christmas decorations on top of this, because it'd be really good for a Christmas accent piece, you definitely don't want the child coming up and grabbing it and ripping it off the mantle. You know, it gives you that vibe of someone taking the tablecloth and yanking it and the dishes stay still. Yeah, that wouldn't happen with a child. Or if you had a pet, especially if you got a cat, they would love to probably claw at this, and next you know, it comes down. Or if you got a couple puppies or something. So I'm thinking across the fireplace, that could be iffy. If you really wanted to, I'm sure you could kind of bunch it all up and use it as like garland on an outside tree, maybe. Like as long as it's not too big. But what I was thinking is, also you want to find the middle, which I know my arms are everywhere here, guys. I am so sorry about that. So we're going to say that's about middle. That's actually pretty good. So you got the middle. Then say you go, I don't know, say your window's about whatever wide by about whatever wide. You want to kind of bunch it and then have the bunched piece up in the corners and have it kind of drapey. Like you'd have to muck with it, make it look nice, but kind of have it so it's bunched up in the corners. How can I show this to the best to you? Okay, we're going to do a little drawing. I really don't want to use this paper because it's a brand new piece. This piece here will work just fine. Okay. So you got your, oops, just dropped something. Oh well. You got your standard window. I know I should have drew this out beforehand. Alright. So you got a standard window. I know, pretty standard, right? Then if you bunched it up, so we're just gonna do it as a line. We're not gonna actually bunch it up here in the corner, bunch it up here in the corner, and then it kind of drapes down, and then drapes down. So if you did something like a window treatment, balance type idea. So these little round parts would be where it's bunched up in the corners. You don't want the centerpiece to, hang too low and then down each side. I think that would be a good idea for something to do with this. Other than that, I think it's even too long for a scarf, to be honest with you. I myself would put it in with my Christmas decorations and find a way to use it at Christmas time somehow to decorate. But it is done. I am glad it's done. Had I gone the width, even a 12, so 18 to 19, maybe even 20 inches wide, it definitely would have made for a nice wider wrap. Although this size is a good size wrap. Yeah, it's a good size. It's way too long. I kind of now wish I'd gone about 20 inches wide, and then it would have made more sense for the size of it. So anyhow, I don't know if I'm going to hold on to this or if I'm going to try and get rid of it or what I'm going to do with it. Even, I guess you could use it as a big bulky scarf. Fold it in half. Kind of go in with it and then through. So yeah, you could actually use it as a pretty big, that comes down to about my belly button. So you could use it as a big bulky scarf too, I guess even. That'd be about the only thing. Because even if you take it and you twist it a couple times and then put it through, and that way kind of holds it a little nicer. Yeah, I could see using it as a scarf, even though it's a holy pattern. But when you double it, it works. So maybe I'll give it away as a long, super bulky scarf. To who? I don't know. I may put it with my donations. I haven't decided yet. So anyhow, project number 2. This is a double dipper. It was a time-sensitive project. So for, okay. My list here of the channels so I can get it right. Nan's Crochet Idea. Her and Cancer as a Lifestyle are doing a make along for 2 years. This is part 2 of it, so the second year. And each month they give us a stitch, or 2 stitches, sorry, and we make a project out of whichever stitch we want. But you can't put both stitches into the same project. This month the stitches were half double crochet, which I've made many projects with half double crochets, versus the shell stitch. They kind of want to see which stitch makes it to the end. So I went with the shell stitch this time around. Then over at, I don't have her written down there, but I do have her written down. I know, guys, I'm so unorganized. I do apologize. I know I've got it written down in here. My Secret Yarnery. That's it. I'm fairly new to her channel, so participating, I don't remember her channel very well, and I do apologize. I do gotta write this list out better. All right, let's write it on the back. As she's got a competition. Sorry, I'm just writing down the other channel so I don't forget. Okay, she's got a competition where for Make Along, she gives us 1 color and 2 different projects. So you can make either or both. Or multiples of 1 if you wish. Or whatever floats your fancy. So the color was blue. I thought, perfect. I got all kinds of blue. You guys saw some of the blue that I bought just recently for the blanket I'm making. I actually stole some of that blue. It wasn't much, but I stole some of it. And the options were a market bag or, I don't remember what the other project was because I went with the market bag. I thought, perfect. Now, this is more like just a handbag than a market bag. If you're taking this to market, I would use this actually as a book bag. Like if I'm going to my public library and I'm getting out 1 or 2 books and they're not like super big and heavy, I would use this bag. Or if I'm returning a couple books to the library. I did it in the two-tone blue shell stitch. The straps, I winged it because the YouTube video I watched, I don't remember which one it was. It was an I-cord strap, and I didn't really want to make I-cords. So I don't know if you guys remember with the embroidery thread, and you do like special knotting to make patterns with the embroidery thread. I did that as my straps. So here's the bag. I said, here's the. How about I show you the front side of the strap? There's the straps. I don't know if you guys remember those. Here. What if I do this? Maybe you'll see it a little better. There you guys go. Oh, my camera just went dark on me, didn't it? Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's the strap. I'm sorry the camera keeps glitching and going darker on me. Look, they're sturdy, very sturdy. They don't stretch. So I thought, perfect. They're short straps. I didn't make them super long. And then here's the little bag. Like I said, it's not very big for a market bag. But to use as a book bag, it would work. I think it's a cute little bag. I actually adore it very much. I could sell that easily when I sell my projects. So, cute little shell bag. Like I said, not so much market. So you're not putting a whole lot of produce. I really wouldn't put produce in it at all. Like, if you're going to like a craft market type idea, but you still wouldn't be able to put a whole lot in it because it's on the smaller side. And it doesn't stretch as well as a bag that's like done in a net type of stitches. So those are my finished objects for you guys. Like I said, I do know we're going to the camper. I don't know, because the husband didn't tell me, if we're going to go up Saturday or Friday when he gets home from work. And after we eat, or he eats, if we're going to go up then. So I don't know. That's why another reason I'm doing my video now, because I don't know what time I'm going to the camper or what day. So I'll be at the camper for at least Saturday, Sunday, and part of Monday. So I will not have a sock video for you guys this week. I still actually haven't started the heels. I'm hoping one of these weeks I'm going to be home soon so I can do the socks and get the heels going. Yeah, they're at the point for the heels. I just haven't picked them up in a little while. And I feel kind of bad about it. There's also my infinity scarf or my snood that I'm working on. So you guys won't see those two projects. And then Monday is the blanket. And I don't see me making, depending on what time Monday I get home, because I'm working actually off my computer. I don't actually have a printable graft. So I'm thinking if anything, I'll probably take my snood with me. And maybe, that's a lot of stuffing in there. Well, I should know by tomorrow what the other book is for the Book Buddy AU at Judy Wishpiece Craft. So if I know both of the book buddies, I already know one's going to be a bear. And if I know what my other one is, maybe I'll take both the donuts to do this weekend while I'm at the camper. I don't know what I'm going to work on yet. Don't know what you guys are going to see come beginning of the week. Like I said, depending on what time Monday I get home and how much of the graft I make or work up in that blanket. So far I'm liking it. I've actually been kind of checking out videos on how to turn a normal graft, like a graft, into said project. And one of these weekends I'll probably get the hubby to take me up to the library and I'll probably print out a few of my projects and then, or like a few of the grafts that I kind of like, and then convert them into blankets and then have like, where each section is a different item. Because that's always been on my wish list. This one's just a motif type pattern. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'd like to actually do some pictures so you can tell that, this is like a ducky, or that's a sun, or a star, or something, or a moon, or those are trees, or, who knows what kind of crafts I may come up with. I may do something with a house or something in it, or snowflakes, or I'd love to do one of the big ones where it's all one picture. That could take a little bit of work, though, to graft out on my own and figure it all out and get all the stitches correct. But I'm thinking if they're littler grafts, I can like do them as a strips. So we'll have to wait and see because I'm really loving this technique. But I do want to go back and forth between the mosaics and the mandalas, just so I don't get overwhelmed with one and kind of ignore the other. So hopefully I'll have a bit of that to work on Monday for the blanket for you guys. And then Tuesday next week would be my top. That's another project I could no, I'll probably take the donuts and the snood with me this weekend. Decisions made. Thanks for listening to me, guys. If you're new and you would like to stick around and see what other crafting ideas I come up with, please consider hitting that notification bell, turning it on the bell to all. It doesn't cost you guys anything to do so. I'm mainly a yarn channel. I crochet and I knit. I do camping and stuff, so you never know. I may have some videos of us sitting, like my husband and I will be sitting by the fireplace or the fire pit, and I record a bit of the fire burning. I may show you my garden up at the trailer or my garden here at home. If I go anywhere to see fireworks, which I'm going this weekend, I may record that for you guys. So with me, you never know what you'll get. Appreciate you guys. Thumbs up would help also, or maybe a little emoji of some kind, or a little comment. That stuff helps us out. So I'd appreciate any of that. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye for now.